Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear humanity, dear living human beings, I've come again to make or interpret an interpretation from the Holy Quran regarding slavery or slavery is a terminology for if someone is a slave to a slave master. My people, before we start this interpretation, I want to make it very, very clear to all living human beings to understand the interpretations and the revelations of the Holy Quran. Because in the Holy Quran, Allah says all men are created equal. All men and women are created equal. With that, in that interpretation of all men are created equal, there is no way you as a man somewhere or a woman someone say, I'm taking so and so as a slave, or so and so is my slave. No, it's forbidden. But before we get deep into this, we have to look at who is a human being and what are a human being. What is the creation called human being? Human beings of modern times are creations which originally come from a first creation of human being called Nabi or Prophet Adam. Prophet Adam was he's a very, very special prophet of Allah. Very, very, very holy man. Very, very beautiful whole creation of Allah. And Allah loved Prophet Adam with all the adornment, with all the beauty that Allah could afford for Prophet Adam alayhi salatu wasalam. Allah did award Prophet Adam alayhi salatu wasalam the beauty that every woman around the world, every child, every whatever, the beauty you see on your face, the beauty you see on your children, if you're a mother, the beauty you see on every living human being, that beauty was awarded to Prophet Adam alayhi salatu wasalam, the father of all living human beings, or for all living human beings of today. My people, we are looking at what is slavery and what are human beings. As I've said that all human beings of modern times are directly genetically, or we will say genetical or whatever, in all direction of whatever, they are connected to Prophet Adam in one way or the other. So that makes you a living human being. My people, when Allah created human beings, or when Allah creates what we call, we are going to start, we are not going to go very far back, but we are going to look at a modern man and slavery and things that men have conjectured over the years, which have made some of our brothers and sisters to be unable to enjoy the beauty which Allah has abundantly given, the beauty and the rights which Allah has abundantly given to all living creations on planet Earth. When Allah creates a human being, or when a baby takes form in the womb of a woman, that baby has to take an oath, and that oath is between that baby and Allah. The mother does not know what the oath is and whatever, unless she has been told that, this is the oath that your child has taken. But that oath does not include, because the oath which you take when you're in your womb is ashahada. These are the ashahada takbir, as well as ashahada surat mustaqim. Every human being is required to take that ashahada before she is created, or before she's created or created to come onto this planet. With that, ashahada atakbir, ashahada surat mustaqim, a very, very special divine holy oath as human beings we take, as well as to Allah their decrees. They belong to Allah. They are one of the greatest attributes that puts all creation under one account, that all living human beings are, or all living creations have to obey, have to adhere to all the divine whole directives, divine whole decrees that are laid down by Allah. But as the baby takes form in the womb, she do every moment that passes after the fertilization of an egg, that baby, that egg, bears witness to the greatness of Allah by sounding the, or what we call taking the ashahada takbir. While the baby is forming in the womb, she takes ashahada takbir. Each time she takes ashahada takbir, Allah multiplies it, as He has said. If you do good, your good will be multiplied and you will get better than what. So each ashahada takbir, each ashahada surat mustaqim, the whatever is multiplied. That way, the child gains weight, or the baby forming in the womb gains weight, and then, as it is that all living creations of human beings, you will spend 9 months in the womb, in our mother's womb. With that, we are required to understand the interpretations of why do one, unless we're twins, but why do one has to be to take ashahada as an individual. Yes, it's an individual ashahada, whereby after you've come on to planet Earth as a new baby born child, you come as an individual, and you have to identify your mother that you are what has been carrying her womb, because she did not know, even though she carried you for 9 months, she did not know who you are. And you, as a baby, a newborn baby child, you don't know how your mother looks, because you didn't know, or you've never seen her. So Allah, the Most Holy, Glorified Almighty Allah, who created you and commanded you to take an oath, a holy divine oath of ashahada takbir, of ashahada surat mustaqim, demands that as soon as you come out of your mother's womb, you identify yourself to your mother by testifying the whole most beautiful name in the universe, the whole most beautiful name, Allah. But as the fact is that a child in the womb has never used her tongue to speak any word, as well as she has never used her mouth to speak any word. So she doesn't know how to say Allah while using her tongue, because she has never used her mouth to say so. But Allah makes it very clear that you, as a child, in one way or the other, as the new baby born child, in one way or the other, you have produced a sound, and that sound testifies the beauty of the most holy, beautiful name, Allah. So the baby in modern times says, Allah, 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 Allah. To human beings, it sounds like the baby is crying, or the human beings of modern times, they say, the baby is crying. My people, the baby is not crying. The only way she can say that Allah, because is by as if she's crying, because she has never used her tongue to say Allah. And the reason why she says Allah could be about right to identify herself from her mother, because the mother carried her. She doesn't know her mother, and the mother doesn't know the baby. So the child says, Allah, 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 Allah. That way, the mother is able to recognize that that's my new baby born child. After that, the mother welcomes the baby with a milk which was stored in the breasts of the mother by Allah. With that, if, for instance, a mother had some mothers, while they're pushing their babies to come out of their womb, they become unconscious. The most Holy Prophet Allah says to the child that as soon as you come out of your mother's womb, call my most holy beautiful name Allah. As the baby says, Allah, Allah, Allah. If the mother is unconscious because of pushing and pushing of the baby out of her womb, the mother will be able to come out of unconsciousness and recognize the voices of her crying baby or the newborn child that she's been carrying. With that, Allah says, I'm merciful to human beings. I have not made a slave to earn a man to another man. Whoever so does so, they do it in kind of in breach of human dignities and rights. In some countries, the people, they say the kafara, that if you're not a Muslim, you're a kafara, you can be sold so and so. No. In the Western Hemisphere, people were sold to the plantations of sugar canes and what have you. My people, these have been errors that has made men and women to have differences, saying that your color is this, your blood is this, your this is that. Those are differences and things that are conjectured by men, foolish men, who seek to mislead others by building or putting what we call divisions between men and men. Because in the Holy Quran, Allah says, all men are created equal. With that, you are required to dispense peace and harmony to every fellow human being without saying that, oh, so and so is black, so I don't give salam. So and so is white, is that and that. My people, I've tried to interpret what it means to be a human being and how we arrive on this planet. And the most important thing that you should know as living human being of modern times, you are all living Muslims on planet Earth. You are all living Muslims on planet Earth. Those who say otherwise, indeed, I say to them that fear my name and fear Allah. Fear Allah and fear my name. Because when we take away your dignities or your rights as a man who's our own slave, and we gave you 2 legs and 2 arms, and sometimes men come such whatever that they cannot use their legs that were given to them to walk. They are disabled. So then, can you call another man a slave while you cannot use your own legs? So, my people, a warning to those who are not warned. Do not ever think of another man as a slave or another woman as your slave. Because every human being is entitled to the dignities and to the beauty of peace and harmony without saying, so and so is a... No, every living human being is a Muslim. That way, you are required to dispense peace and harmony. The same way you would like yourself to be respected and whatever, the same way you should give that, the same way you love your daughter to be happy and whatever, the same way whatever across the road, even though he's black man, whatever, he's entitled to dignities of peace and harmony. What we have forbidden by divine holy law, for instance, homosexuality, that is forbidden. Anyone who engages in such act, they are people who has made this planet kind of entrapped in diseases that have no cure whatsoever. Even if you, whatever diseases that are contracted under homosexual practices, have no cure whatsoever. In people who say they've studied physics and what have you, he says a negative whatever and a negative cannot spark what? In that. That is your whatever, as people say, you are physicians, whatever. In the divine holy natural law, if a woman hormone touches another woman hormone, it's disease straight away. The same applies to men. If a man is body hormones and semen enter another man's body, that is disease straight away, because the human body takes that as to be what we call a human body has what we call a defensive mechanism, which is built in the human whatever genetics and whatever print, that if a woman's human hormone genetic security whatever recognize that another woman's whatever has entered that body triggers a poison, a living poison that will kill that woman's whatever, and the entire system of that person is dead. The same applies to men. So with that, we've said to human beings, don't engage in homosexuality. Many of you have always asked, why does this man doesn't like homosexuals? No. It's forbidden by whole divine natural law that your body as a man, if the hormones and whatever that some of these things you don't know, your body recognizes that another man's whatever has entered its whatever, it counts as that as disease. As a response, that body will trigger what we call a poisonous mechanism to cleanse itself. While that mechanism of poison is taking place, it overrides all mechanisms of whatever of the body, because it's a live poison, and it will kill the entire immune system of that living human being. So with that, men and women, when I talk about these things, many of you say, oh, I tell you things because you are a people who don't know who you are. Me, I know every human, every cell in your body, and all the whatever we put on your bodies to protect you from destroying yourself. In modern times, men have seen whatever saying that they've developed a machine in England which can duplicate whatever genetics, whatever. That is genetic degradation and destruction of your whatever as living human beings. Because the genetic language of a human being cannot be only applied to humans. When you study genetic language, it's not a single genetic whatever. So men and women, be warned. Do not mess with your bodies, or else me as Mother Nature, when I ask you questions, if you tamper with your genetics, maybe the next 2 months you won't be able to manage, your body wouldn't be able to manage the temperatures that are changing day after day. So, my people, be warned. You are a people who are not warned. Be warned. You are a people who are not warned. And when that's to tell men, no man is another man's slave. Those who think so, maybe if we haven't set a disease to pull you down and make you a slave to a disease, then if you say your so-and-so is your slave, then we too can use that disease to pull you down and make you a slave to the disease. Be warned, all men are equal. The same way you feel happiness, whatever, do not think that other men or other women are not entitled to happiness. What we have forbidden, and homosexuality is not a part of happiness. It's disease. It's one of the structures of disease that desecrates the sanctity of life, because it's recorded by divine holy law in the human body. Once you commit such an act of homosexual, straight away you are thrown out of the books of the divine holy law, and you become something wasted. Mother Nature doesn't like you. Even the universe has no place to put you. I think many of you men and women have come across people who were kind of thrown into the whatever in the deadly whatever of what is AIDS or HIV/AIDS. Now, people, be warned, do not engage in whatever in desecration of the sanctity of life. No man is another man's slave. No man is another man's slave. Those who took slaves from Africa and put them in plantations or in the Arab countries and say, you are my slave. My people of the Arab world or the whatever. Be warned, even Africa, that I have noticed some people in West Africa, they do sell their fellow men and their children to slavery. Men in countries like countries in West Africa, black men countries, they sell like Ghana and Nigeria and Guinea-Bissau and whatever. These are men who practice this kind of selling human beings to another. My people, be warned of a time when no man can run. And I always tell you, no man can run faster than a wave of heat, which is more than 300 degrees hotter. And no human body can handle that. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.